because some of us helped build Papua New Guinea's finance rating up to B1. But now it's gone backward. There are many categories of it, but it's come backwards as reported by, I think, Moody's. Yes.
Service.
Yes. It's really bad. It's not good. You know why I'm saying this? Because these are the times we should be seeing positive on PNG's scorecard. Because the money is good, we've got a gas flow, we've got shipped our gas out there, and we've got another another LNG project coming up under the into Total, and it's good, it's coming out good. And yet, for us to have scored is negative on the financial rating, it's not acceptable. It is unacceptable. It's not right. We shouldn't allow this. But there are two reasons that affect this. When the Moody's and the other the financial standard analyzers or investigators, they investigate to give the reporting, they based on two things. First is the fiscal discipline, the fiscal aspect of a country's economy. The second is if the external there's risks that are involved. In other words, does Papua New Guinea have enough foreign currency, the foreign reserves to cushion any oncoming economic challenges? They're based on those. And they've seen that Papua New Guinea has built in a lot of debt that's gone beyond 40% on the fiscal side. They realize that Papua New Guinea cannot manage its debt, although there's a lot of money that they saw was coming in, but the debt has led Papua New Guinea into a situation that we cannot sustain our economic development programs in the next medium term. So that has derailed our rating back to that B2 rating. And the other thing they've seen is that the foreign reserve within the last 2 years has come down, deflated by almost half. I think now it's at a 2-point-something billion kina mark from a 9 billion kina mark. You know, when I was treasurer, it was a 9 billion mark, and that's why I've been saying all the time. You see the response by the opposition on the budget. I said you've got to be very careful here. I said if you build up the debt, you create a scenario where you will deplete the foreign reserves, because what you'll do is you will find it difficult to financing all this infrastructure development. So what they've done is, I think, they've looked at the reserves. The reserves is now depleted down, and the really keener in exchange rate is not what you think is now. It's very artificial. They packed it, and they're calling it, they're rationing it, but they packed it to an artificial rate. Actually, it has come down. Once you see the foreign reserve is depleted completely, you'll see the kina will come down, because they will not be continuing to give out those rations of 10,000 kina per account, or by approval by the Treasury, the government or the Bank of Papua New Guinea. So you've got these two issues here. Fiscal conditions in Papua New Guinea has deteriorated. You've got a massive high level of debt beyond 40% of the GDP. The second is your foreign reserve has come down much below by half in less than 2 years. That means that if there is any shocks that come into PNG, like you've got the world's meltdown, etc., Papua New Guinea cannot be able to sustain itself. Even at the present, there are private businesses who would like to import goods and services into the country, but they're limited to only importing only a rational amount of goods and services into the country for their business activities, because there is very less foreign currency that can buy those foreign goods using the PNG money converted to the foreign currency. So that's why there are two losing businesses. The other thing is that the agriculture producers who are supposed to be selling, they're also being affected because of the high exchange rate, and they find the Papua New Guinea commodities that's being sold are less competitive. That means the prices are too high for them to buy, because the kina is